did you hear about the murder of Amie Harwick? This was 3 years ago. She was a good friend of mine in Hollywood.
Was she real? I did hear about this.
Yes, she was a sex therapist, and also she was just such a great person, such a hard worker. She was engaged to Drew Carey for a little bit, but she had a psycho ex-boyfriend 10 years ago. She dated him 10 years ago, and he killed her. Because he couldn't let go. He never got over her. They didn't speak for many years. She had multiple restraining orders against him, and they ran into each other at a Hollywood party. And a few days later, on Valentine's Day, 3.5 years ago, he went to her house to kill her and literally pushed her off the balcony.
Oh my God.
Strangled her, pushed her off the balcony. And she died 3.5 years ago, and we've been waiting for this disgusting human being to be found guilty, and he just was last night. Finally, life. He got life in prison.
Wow. How are you feeling? I mean, that was a close friend of yours, and I'm my sincerest. I mean, I don't even know. Sorry, you don't say that. What do you say? I'm sorry for you and her family. I mean, must be a very emotional day.
Yeah. Yeah,
oh my gosh, Ash. I want to give you the biggest hug right now. I can't. Hold on. Let me try to go through.
I'm just glad he finally got found guilty because not only, it was like his case was pled that she fell off the balcony, but they also found a syringe full of nicotine that in front of her house that he had dropped. He was planning to kill her, and then he broke in and strangled her and then pushed her off the balcony, and 3 stories, and she died in the hospital
What a
beautiful
monster.
Girl. Beautiful girl.
Do you as a friend feel like you got justice knowing that he's going to be serving his life behind bars, or is this? I mean, hopefully this is a chapter you can now close because this was a friend of yours.
Of course I feel justice, but it doesn't change anything.
Right.
Doesn't change anything, but yes, I'm glad he's put away for life. Ugh, what a sicko.
Yeah. Well,
anyway.
I owe you a big hug. Wow. Okay, so far, Friday's edition of Just a Dash has been Death and Murder. NSYNC has a new song out today. Is that how we say it? NSYNC's new song.
Yes.
Better Places.
I would love to know about NSYNC's song. Tell me about it. Bye.
It is out. It's their first song in over 2 decades. In fact, the last album they put out was I know too much about NSYNC. The last album, this is just embarrassing now. This is a very sad Just a Dash. We go from absolute heartbreak and horror to me making a fool out of myself and embarrassing myself.
No, I need that.
Better Place is their new single. It's going to be featured on the new Trolls movie that's coming out in November, but it's the first song the group of 5 have put out since 2001. Justin Timberlake went on to have a very successful solo career beginning in 2002, shortly after that. But yeah, it's very exciting. They're going to go on tour, and everybody's going to buy tickets to go see them. I mean, it's going to be huge.
Yeah. I would love to see them in concert.
Yeah. Gosh, me too. I saw them. I took my little sister in, oh man, it must have been like 1999, 2000. Yeah, it must have been 2000. But they were a lot of fun. I couldn't hear for a week after that. My ears
because of all
were
the
bleeding.
girls screaming? Is that why?
Oh my gosh. Okay, we started the 2 minutes a little later today because for good reason. And
because
thank you for sharing
I was wailing the whole time, crying the whole time. Ugh, sorry.
You're an attractive crier. That's not fair, by the way.
Well, thank you. Thanks. I appreciate that.
I don't like cursing on this, but screw you. For being an attractive crier. Most of us, we look hideous.
It's just because I have makeup on. That's it. It disguises all of my ugly.
Okay, once the 2 minutes wrap, no, that's not true. Once the 2 minutes wraps up, we'll continue the conversation. YouTube channel, the link is in the bio. Before the 2 minutes is over, though, let's end the Instagram version on a good note. Toby Keith performed for the first time live last night since
how
his
many years?
since his diagnosis of stomach cancer. I think it's been like 2 years.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, well, glad to have him back.
Yeah, it was at the People Choice Awards. Well, no, the People Choice Country Awards. These award shows are goofy to me, and how they have so many. But I do appreciate that they give tribute to icons like Toby Keith, and he looked noticeably skinnier. And he actually made a joke about it. Here we go. Hopefully this clip works. Let's see. Technology.
Bet y'all never thought you'd see me in skinny jeans. And most of all, I want to thank the fans for still allowing us to do what we do. So,
yeah, he's great. He's been battling stomach cancer. I mean, it looks like he's going to beat it, and that is fantastic. Nobody wants to.
Great news. Great news. Oh.
Yeah, Toby Keith is definitely in my top 5 out of all genres. Absolutely love him.
Really?
And then, then he went on to perform and got the standing ovation. There were definitely tears in the audience, though. Very beautiful moment for Toby Keith.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad we could finish Just a Dash with a good positive note.
Let's talk about one more thing.
Oh, great. Okay.
And we'll mention, I'm not a psychologist by any means. I'm not a therapist. I took 2 classes of psychology in college, Psych 101, basic psych, and psychology of human sexuality. So the only thing I got out of that, if you want me to deconstruct the orgasm, I can do that. I can still do that. I can tell you the steps and the process and exactly what an orgasm is and the scientific details behind that.
Maybe you should start a class for men who don't know.
With that being said, obviously I can't diagnose Britney, but I think it's pretty clear that there are some issues going on.
Yeah. Poor girl. Yeah. Why? Tell me why.
Well, and I feel like if she doesn't get help, I think I'm not alone. I think majority of anybody who has gone and watched her social media accounts, that if she doesn't get help, it's going to end in a tragedy, unfortunately. But cops were called to her house by many fans who watched her latest video. If you haven't seen it or heard about it, it was she posted it a couple of days ago, where she's dancing with knives.
Yeah, but she said in the caption, because I saw this, she said these are not real knives, people. Just so you know, these are like fake Halloween knives.
Now, she said that, and people who are struggling with mental illness say things that aren't true, believe it or not. And while she was dancing, you could hear the clinging of the knives. So that causes a high level of doubt with anybody who has viewed this video, and it causes concern. Cops showed up. They went on their way. They didn't find any kind of reasoning to. Well, I guess it's 51. What is it called when they put somebody in a psych ward?
5150? Maybe.
Yeah, 5150. No reason to do that. She had some reps that came out and said that she's fine. She did show up on a video later after the knives dancing and had some bandages on her arms and legs.
Nuh-uh.
Causing even more concern.
Nuh-uh. She did?
Right, yeah. So, I mean, it just seems like there's certainly something going on, and hopefully we're wrong. Hopefully the people who are concerned about Britney Spears are wrong, and that she is totally fine. But if not, that she gets some help.
Oh, man, that sucks.
Because it looks like it's spiraling quickly.
Yeah, well, yeah, she was with that guy Sam for years and years and engaged, and they were going to have a baby, and like, remember, she was talking about all of that, and they just separated. So I can imagine he was her rock for so many years.
Right. I don't like to judge. Everybody should live the life the way they want to. But she already has 2 teenage boys, and she's already dancing and posting pictures on social media naked. And I can only imagine how those 2 boys are dealing with that, going to school and being in public. And maybe not another baby. Maybe not another baby.
I know. Oh, I know. But maybe she could give the new baby a better life. No, I don't know. You're okay. I'm being naive now.
Were you about to say I'm right?
It happens very rarely, but yeah, I think you're right, David.
87 days until Christmas. Let's say goodbye. Or 87 shopping days until Christmas. Holiday sales kick off this weekend. Get to shopping. Come on. It'll be here before you know it.
Gladly. I will gladly get to shopping.